Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. This is your boy Ahmed at Altcoin Era. We're going to look through the cryptoverse today. We're going to look at the good, the bad, the ugly, and we're going to look at the charts. So let's begin. Bitcoin is heading closer and closer to my target, ladies and gentlemen. I repeat, Bitcoin is heading to what? To what? It's heading to 94,000 US dollars. We're getting there inch by inch, brick by brick, just like this channel. We're heading to 94,000 US dollars. Now, I know majority of folks think we're heading lower. They think we're going to head into a recession right now. They think it's the end of the world right now. But Bitcoin is actually outperforming the one and only the NASDAQ. A lot of folks said that Bitcoin is just a 3x play to the NASDAQ. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got something a little bit different. The NASDAQ has actually broken and breached its 2024 January highs, whereas Bitcoin still has a whopping 42% away from its January 2024 highs. But the real star of the show, ladies and gentlemen, is this right here. Look at her. She looks so beautiful, doesn't she? Majestic. Gold is outperforming Bitcoin. And if you really look into it, gold has been outperforming Bitcoin since January. If you compare gold and Bitcoin, well, you can see gold has been outperforming Bitcoin. I know the Bitcoin maxis don't want to admit this. They really don't want to admit this. But if you're willing to dish it out, you should be able to receive it. And gold has outperformed Bitcoin by 61%. I was telling my private members to start looking into Tether Gold. And some of them are sitting pretty. Bitcoin in the quarterly is up 1.98%. We're in April. Time does fly, ladies and gentlemen. Ethereum on the quarterly is down by 13%, but I still am accumulating. I'm still accumulating. This is what we call cheap pricing. Q1, Ethereum was down 45%. The pain didn't stop. Q2 is down 13%, almost 14%. This is a period where we're seeing max fear, max pain. During these periods, every asset class, I've been saying this the longest now, every asset classes go through a period of accumulation, a period of decline, and a period of ascend. We have it with every single asset class. That goes for stocks, that goes for real estate, that goes for crypto. We have periods where we range for a long period of time. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what I like to call the accumulation of a lifetime. In the past hour, we've seen 11.65 million shorts liquidated. There are more shorts being liquidated than longs. We're going to see a rally. Bears have been having way too much fun. Don't you think so? The most liquidations are sitting at 100,000 US dollars and at 65,000 US dollars. Where do you think market makers and whales are going to push the price? Road to 94. Continue. Breaking news. Donald Trump announces a whopping 245% tariffs on imports from China. No surprise there. I expected this. Matter of fact, I expect he's going to continue. He's going to push it up to 500, maybe 5,000. Donald Trump is not a man that's going to back down from the art of the deal. He's going to continue, push tariffs higher and higher, maybe to 500, to 1,000, to 5,000. But it really doesn't bother me. There's always a bull market somewhere out there. There's more tariffs regarding Trump. No surprise again. H20 chips have been banned from China. Nvidia cannot export any H20 chips to China. No surprise. And the million-dollar question is this a dead cat rally? Is this a fool's rally? Or are we going to see sustainable prices in the future? The S&P 500 has a small gap here, right over here. 90% of the time in markets, it tends to fill these gaps. We tend to see vicious bear market rallies. So far, we've gone up from peak to trough 14%. If we look back into the past history performance of the S&P 500 during the last bear market or technical bear market, from the very trough to the peak, we went up 13%. If we're following the same cycle as 2022, we could see a bounce of around 13 to 20%. As of now, it's already gone up from the very trough to the peak. It's gone up 13%. This could be done and over now, or it could continue slightly more by around 19%. Let's round it up to 20%. Could get to 5,800. That will be a vicious rally, but we normally see this in bear markets. As for Bitcoin, I think it's going to hit final form. I think in a period of crisis, it's really showing some strength. However, if the S&P 500 goes down by 30%, 50%, unfortunately, Bitcoin cannot sustain that much selling pressure. Coin is still heading to my target of 94,000 US dollars. Dominance is going to increase, and unfortunately, Ethereum is heading downwards. I've said this ample times on my show. If you're a trader, you simply short altcoins. You long Bitcoin and you short altcoin. So far, our private members are doing really well. We've been shorting the market, such as Bearer Chain. It's a vampire chain, ladies and gentlemen, and we are shorting the market. We're also longing Filecoin. Filecoin has shown very good strength, and we're shorting this at the moment. And in these periods, in these times, you have to be nimble and quick. There are so many different coins that you can really make some great gains along the way. Now, it doesn't matter if the market is uncertain. It really doesn't matter if the market's going all over the place. At the end of the day, there's plenty of gains to be made if you're looking in the right area. Coin is formed a higher low, and it's a massive percentage points away from its period, from its higher low. It's 100% away. So this is a good trading opportunity, in my opinion, to buy the relative lows, and then it's probably gonna head to this area at $1.27. It's showing remarkable strength. This is a trade. As for your DCA positions, this is a good time to start nibbling on some alts. Another video where I spoke about Filecoin as a trade, okay, right over here. Coin. I did say in my private members that it was a good time to buy. It's hitting resistance right over here. Most likely it's probably going to make a small little retracement. Then you can nibble on some cheeky buys at around 45 cents. If, however, it breaks this area with confirmation, we're probably going to higher prices at 99 cents to $1 mark. Since I spoke about Filecoin, I believe it went up 110%. Quickly have a look at some of the news. Bitcoin's true capitulation zone is 65,000 US dollars, sells well-known analyst. That level represents the average investor's cost basis, said James, who expects the $50,000 area to offer a strong long-term support. The long-term holders could face an unrealized loss if Bitcoin drops to 65,000 US dollars. A $1 trillion market dollar cap for Bitcoin, a price of 50,000 US dollars, should be a strong area of support, i.e. it's an area where it's max capitulation. Mantra plans a comprehensive burn following a 90% crash. Recently fell from $6 to 45 cents in a matter of hours for no apparent reason. Yeah, come on guys. This can't keep happening in crypto, to be fair. This constantly happens. Every single year we see some stupidity where there's massive market manipulation going on. What I really think really happened is someone took massive collateral against OM. So for example, imagine I take out a loan of OM. And I take out this loan and I take out 90 million or 100 million collateral. Yeah, I go to an exchange like OKX and I say, listen, here is 90 million or 100 million worth of OM tokens, and give me in return Tether. You're actually giving away worthless tokens. OM is worthless in the grand scheme of things. I'm sorry, but a lot of these altcoins are worthless. So you're giving away something that could go down 99.9%, whereas you're receiving Tether in return. So you're giving away pure garbage for stable coins. Remember Celsius? Celsius was a lending protocol, Celsius network, and Alameda done this all the time. They constantly done this. They'll make all of these fake protocols. They go to all of these places, and what they'll do is they'll just simply take out a loan. They know it's worthless, so they don't care. They really don't care if their own token gets taken or their worthless token gets taken. They used to go on all of these lending protocols, and they will give their worthless tokens to these lending protocols. In exchange, they will take stablecoin. So you're getting free tokens from the protocol. You receive these unlocks, it's worthless anyway. You might as well quickly give it to a lending provider, receive USDC for it or Tether for it, and watch your token go downwards. You can even short your token as well. You're making a double bubble. You're shorting your tokens at the same time you're taking collateral on that tokens, and it's worthless. So Alameda used to always do this. You get it? That's it for now. If you need some help, some insight, navigating through these treacherous times, then join our private members. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.